What's a jack supposed to be? Like on a playing card? Well, there's a king and a queen, so I'm guessing jacks are royalty in some way? Well, originally, this card was called the knave, which was a kind of medieval servant. Specifically, a servant to a knight, which once had its own card, but then got replaced by the queen because of wokeism. Wait a second, you see how these cards are missing the letters in the corners? That's important, because cards didn't have them for a shockingly long time. Like, Americans invented them. So unless you were some educated fellow, you might not know what this guy is supposed to be. So that's what they called him, Guy. Jack was just an old-fashioned word for guy. More specifically, often a worker of some kind, which is why we call these things lumber guys. Pretty cool, eh? However, both names continue to be used, generally as a class thing, with those in the know calling it a knave and those who weren't dying in a coal mine. It was during this jack-knave debate that an American company finally realized that putting stuff in the corner makes it so much easier to tell what you're holding, but that meant they had to make up their mind on what they were going to call this card from now on, and the K was already taken by the king, so most of the time they just went with jack for clarity. Some companies still tried to keep the knave alive by marking it with a KN, but that's 2 letters and I'm going to be sick, which is why we're stuck calling these things guys unironically. Interestingly, German is in a similar boat in that they also call the jack an old-timey slang word for guy that no one uses anymore, and they label it B for booba. Now don't laugh, it could be worse, you should see what they call the ace.